Okay, let's go. How are we doing on this fine, cold, cloudy Friday morning, 51 and blech. That's what we got outside, but not inside. Inside, well, we almost finished a full day in third place, but that's not what happened. So what happened? When I was done doing the recap, we were in third place. But then Jackets beat the Maple Leafs 3-2 in overtime. Fantastic. The Isles beat the Wings 5-0. Capitals got the Canadiens 8-4. Flyers beat the Blues 3-2 in overtime. We shut out the Devils, but then the late games did not fall our way, with the Lightning beating the Oilers 2-1 in overtime. And later on, the Sens beat the Ducks. And the Avs did beat the Avalanche, and the Sharks continue to do well. So that's good. So where that puts us is 23 points. So we're in fifth place, but we're 2 points out of first place. The conference is just obscene. It's just obscene. So, Bubba with the shutout. How are we doing? Let's see. Hey, Ted, how we doing, bud? Mike, how we doing? Colin says, do I think Devine would work well on the third line with Swaggy and Bennett? Also, thankfully, Devine is waivers exempt. Yeah, that's a good news. That's a good thing. Do I think Devine would work well on the third line? Maybe. I mean, I know what you're getting at because Greer's been in there for Luosterainen. I wouldn't mind it. I wouldn't mind a shot. You know, it's the same thing we, run into when guys come back healthy. Might not be a ton of room, but he looked pretty good. Mike says, should be in first by mid-December. Lots of games at home. Yes. Dave says, not sure what line is best for Devine, but at least last night he seemed to see the ice really well. 3 grade A passes and played a solid game. Not a huge fan of the cross ice behind the back pass, but it worked out great. Yep, worked out great. Hey, Real. Says, when the first 6 players for Canada's Olympics team were announced, I saw a Canadian fan saying Reinhart wasn't good enough to be revealed that early. Jeez. Yeah, Shines, if he would have passed to anybody other than Verhaeghe, that really would have worked out. Hey, Bill, you got the free nuggets. Outstanding. I am not purchasing a Winter Classic jersey. Not a fan of the cat. Not a fan of the cat. The decrepit, what do you call it? Emaciated cat. Real says, freaking Oilers are useless, but I guess not everyone can hold a 1-0 lead. Right? Yeah, Craig, Devine definitely had two-way potential. No doubt there. All right. So, interesting. Mike says you already ordered yours. Senior Cat is great. Yeah, I mean, opinions, right? I think the opinion on that cat is very, very divided. Either you love it or you hate it for the most part. Yeah. So, the conference is a little bit more spread out than it was. At least now there's 7 points between the Sabres and Wings. So last place actually means a little something. Rangers have lost 3 straight. They're in last place in the Metro. That's 22 points. And so we're sitting there at 23. I mean, it is still crazy, right? Rangers are in 22 points last place in the Metro. We're 23 points, but only 2 points out of first place. So just keep winning. Just keep winning games. Our goal differential is finally even now. And the Canadians are definitely struggling there. I thought we were conceding the division to Canadians, but they're definitely having a rough time right now. And so I would suspect that you'll see Florida and Tampa in that top 3 not too long from now. Tampa's already there. And then Toronto's fading a little bit as well. All right, let's see. Bill says, imagine being a Devils fan and watch us lose to Panthers. Everybody, yeah, everybody's on IR, right? Well, kind of how like we lost to the Lightning, right? But we had everybody on IR. Hey, Prowagon. Mick says, or scientist, we're still doing the handle thing. YouTube put us back to the handles for whatever reason. So I've noticed that most of the other fan bases seem to really like the Panthers Winter Classic jersey. That might be the only thing they like about it, right? Very controversial end to the Ottawa Hawks game. That I did not see. I've been dealing with some other things this morning. I didn't see the end. Hungry says there are less than a handful of teams below 500 in the league. Yeah. I mean, when you don't count overtime, right? You've only got the Sabres, the Rangers in the East. The West has got to be a little bit different. Blues, Preds, and then Flames, Canucks. Geez, that's only like 5 or 6. Jeez. So, yeah. Parity is where it's at right now. That's for sure. Yeah, 2 points separate first and sixth in the division. Yeah, it's wild. Yep. Yeah, the Habs not been doing so good lately. Let me look at Dobish because he was Dobish was really playing outstanding. Let me see. Where's his last 5 games? Yeah, the last 5 games have not been good for Dobish. Goals allowed 4-3, 5, 4-3, and save percentages well under 9. So that's kind of a regression to the mean for him, for sure. He was out of his mind. And I don't know how much better Monty's been. It looked for a minute there like Dobish was just going to run away and be the guy. Monty's played better in the last 5. Save percentages are still not great. But at least they've just been losing. They're allowing 3 goals in 23 shots. You're just not going to win a lot of games with 850s and 840s in the save percentages. So they're struggling a little bit. It was Ottawa versus the Ducks. Maybe he meant to say that. Maybe talk to Tex got him. Yeah, the Avs beat the Rangers. As they should. Do we get Skinner or Picard tomorrow? I don't know. Let's see. What's the rotation they've been going with? So Skinner last played on the 19th against Washington. God, he allowed 5 goals on 20 shots. So who played? So that means Pickard played last night, I believe, right? So who's really the number 1? Let me see. Pickard's been the guy that hasn't. Geez, last night was an aberration for him. The previous games were 5-5, 3 and 4 goals. I guess we're going to get Skinner. You would think we would get Skinner simply just because, a rematch of the Stanley Cup. You know what I mean? Perwagon says Bedard slashed on breakaway, complained, got unsportsmanlike, and Seattle scored on the ensuing power play. Damn. Yeah. Yep. Science, yeah, they just let Hischier pound Erod like that with nothing. I know. I was surprised there wasn't even like 2-2 that way. I mean, he took a couple of good shots. I was surprised there was no calls anywhere. He had to come back out with the cage on his face, So At least he was smart enough to do that. He probably busted open his lip all over again. Ain't nothing worse than a busted lip that keeps busting back open. You know? Hungry says Rangers fans want to ship JT Miller to India for some reason. Yeah. So is the Devil the best team in hockey right now? I don't think so. No, the best team in hockey right now. It's not close. It's the Avalanche. It's the Avalanche for sure. Over in the East, I mean, good luck. Good luck. You know what I mean? You know, anybody can beat anybody at this point. That's for sure. Run with King says, I don't think there's any trust from the Habs player about their goalie, and I don't think the goalies have any trust in who's in front of them. Yeah. Yeah, Divine banged up Cunning's face. I saw that. He's trying to secure a roster spot. You know? He's trying to secure a roster spot. The East is a Fortnite lobby. David says, though we played a heck of a game last night, our PK was solid. We were covering each other defensively for the most part. Divine was an 8 out of 9 or 9 out of 10 for his first game. Yeah, he looked really good for sure. But it's his first game. We'll see, right? You know, we thought Sabrango was the second coming of Brandon Montour in his first game, so we'll see. He's going to get an opportunity here for as long as Luosterainen's out. You know what I mean? And then there's no guarantee he gets yanked from the lineup, because if you got Gregor in, you might remove Gregor when Luosterainen comes and, leave Divine and let him play a little bit. So anything's possible, with this team. Brogdon says, as first team in history to go 20 games with only one regulation loss. That's crazy. Yeah. Whoever is going to play in the Stanley Cup final from the Eastern Conference is going to need to avoid Colorado. There's going to need to be an upset in the West. Deborah, Sabrango he had a couple of not so great games. He had a couple of not so great games. Nothing terrible, but one, he did definitely cost us a costly goal against Tampa. And so I think Maurice just wanted to get Balinskis back in and see what would happen. And it's worked, because Balinskis has been very solid. He's been very, very solid since he got back in. I haven't seen him make no stupid passes, no big mistakes. Greg says, the way Divine played, he might be a fit with Lundell and Marshy. Sure. David says, not saying Divine's next Crosby, just saying he played a good, solid game. Now he must do it again and again. Yeah. Dango's running out of hopium already. How bad are they? Where are we? They're 21 points. Yeah, I mean, it's not great. What was the deal with the Stolarz injury? What did we get with the Stolarz injury? Why is it not coming up here? So we don't know. Boy, I'm not. Oh, there's news. They put it. They moved it. Okay, so that was last year. Not getting any good answer there. Yeah, Divine has he definitely has some good ability, some good tape-to-tape passes. He definitely looked like a playmaker. With him and not saying immediately, but an eventual line with him and Sam Miskevich could probably cause some damage, So let me check and see if I can find this over here. Mm-mm. Okay, not finding what I need there. Hellebuyck is getting knee surgery and is expected to be out for 6 weeks. Jeez. The injuries are just wild right now. Yeah, another team to hit, another hit to Team USA. It's just wild. Unbelievable. I think Kyle just waking up. That's what I think. You have Hellebuyck on fantasy. Jeez, man. That's just, I mean, it seems like every day right now. Seems like every day we're getting more and more news like that. Bill says Samuel was not playing for his next big contract. That's true. That is the truth. He's not playing poorly, but I think when Tkachuk comes back and we can have Bennett with Tkachuk and Sam Miskevich, if that's the way they decide to go, I think that Sam Miskevich will look like he's playing a little bit better at that point. You know what I mean? But yeah, I mean he'll eventually get his big contract, but he's not racking up the numbers right now. That's for sure. In fact, I think he's been in a little bit of a dry spell in terms of even getting any points. Right? Yeah, he's last 5 games, no points. Last 5 games, no points. And I wonder how much further back that goes. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep. He had a nice little run there of points in 4 out of 5 games. And then it's been kind of quiet since then. So, you know, he's still a young kid. He's still only 23. Those times will happen. But he's not costing us anything defensively. You know what I mean? David says, Samuel and Devine both playing to stay in the NHL is literally the most difficult sport. Yeah. Whoa. Hold on a second. I'll be right back. Oh, shit. Oh, that's not good. Hold on a second. Hold on. Oh. Huh? Well, I didn't even know you had left. Just fix this shit. I'm gonna get on. All right, hold on a second. Let me fix this camera. Hold on. Okay, let's try this again. All right. Wow, I placed that nicely. Yeah, no wonder my equipment keeps breaking down. Right? Oh my God. No joke. This is supposed to be a magnetic. It's supposed to well, it is. It's magnetic there. But the slightest little bump and it comes right off. Hey, Lost in Miami. Vincent says conspiracy. NHL will never go to the Olympics again. What is this year with all the injuries? I know. It is a mess. It is an absolute mess. All right. So, where the hell was I? Donna was out doing something, and I didn't know she was going to be home. And so I guess she opened up the door to come in and like dropped her stuff or something. And there was like a bunch of noise that you didn't hear it from my end. It sounded like a bunch of stuff crashed out in the kitchen. I thought maybe Leia had gotten into something. I didn't know you were on your way home.
I didn't even mean into the kitchen.
I didn't even know you were home.
Must be your ghost.
No, it was you coming in the door and
I forgot to look for a shower head.
You did not.
I did. I forgot to look for the thing that was the reason I went.
Please pause for station identification.
there. I'm like,
But you were there for 45 minutes. What the hell did you do?
makeup, hair color, shampoo.
But the one thing you went for.
I forgot.
So now I got to go back out.
You'll be all right.
Oh, I'll be all right. You hear this shit? You just didn't want to buy it. I understand what happened. I know exactly what happened.
I don't think they have it anymore.
Yo, like it's Walgreens. Of course they got a shower head that you broke last night.
Don't tell them.
It's too late. It's too late. They already hear it.
I think I was doing something crazy with the shower head.
Well, maybe you were.
I'm going to go get on.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, now I got to leave the house when the stream is over. Damn it. I had my whole nice Friday afternoon done. She pulled the jaws. I'll do that at the grocery store. I'll have one thing I need to get, and I'll go to the store and I'll get 15 things. I'll get home and you'll just hear son of a bitch, because I will have not gotten the one thing I originally was going for. Yeah, Craig. We need a shower now. I got to go to the Walgreens and buy it. She was just anyway. So back to your regularly scheduled hockey bitching session. Canada Ball says, not my fault. I've been watching the Panthers recently. I'm a Habs fan, so I didn't see if they were bad, but they were struggling a bit without Matthew and Barkov. We looked pretty good last night, I thought. If our guys could if some of the other guys could put the puck in the back of the net, on the pass from Devine to Verhaeghe, that should have been a goal. The 2-on-1 where Marchand passed to Lundell, and then instead of taking the shot, Lundell passed it back to Marchand. That could have been a goal. When the puck came loose in front of Allen, and Lundell was right there in front, and Samoskevich was over at the side of the net going, hello, I'm over here by myself. That's when Lundell chose to take the shot. So if we didn't have a complete team of defensive-minded players, we might have won that game 2-3-0. That's right, scientists. When Bennett had that breakaway, right, by the New Jersey and never take it off. If it comes in ugly Christmas sweater, Craig says the Rhino score was so sick they didn't need anyone to think the night. That was an insane. Oh my God, that's a good point, Craig. Great White says, how does one break a shower head? So I'm not going to tell that story. Freaking 45 minutes at the store. And I'm texting her the things to get for herself so she doesn't forget her own stuff. And the only reason she went out, well, that's it. Now I'm going to go out, and I don't know why I'm yelling at the camera. I just yell here. I'm going to go out, and now that I got to go out of the house, I'm going to get dessert, but just for me. So there. Dave said, yeah, we're overpassing some, but we're still getting great chances. Oh, yeah. No doubt. I'm very happy with the way that we've started to play, which I think you just told the story. I'll tell in the story. I don't even. Yeah. Okay, Miss Joss. What? I'm not sure. I just. We're gonna have to ban her. She's getting to be a smartass now. So I'm there every day, Miss Joss. Why the hell did I want to go back out? Why the hell do I want to go back out? I don't even have anything to pack and ship today. Scientist says if Bennett had that breakaway in the playoffs, he would have roofed it and scored. That's true. Oh, you ain't going anywhere. Who are you fooling? I wanted to get myself some rice pudding anyway and some cinnamon. So don't start that now. Huh? Nobody's going to feel bad for you. I'll show off your bag of makeup. Mythical says, well, they say life's about balance. She breaks a shower head, so I buy a dessert. That sounds about right. Yeah. Well, I wasn't going to ask you to go buy it because you was already crabby enough about having to buy the shower head that you magically forgot. So now I got to go buy my own dessert and replace the shower head that you mysteriously broke last night. But that's okay. That's fine. Says it was a hell of a goal by Reinhardt. It absolutely was, man. Hungry says, anyway, currently there are 110 injured players, the highest amount of injuries to the point of this season in NHL history. That's wild. That's insane. And if I keep talking shit like this, is going to be 111, I'm sure. Flying Fluffy Plumbing. You know, I had a perfectly good shower head, but the water here has too much iron in it. So we had to buy a water filter that we could attach to the shower that's supposed to filter out the iron and then reattach the shower head to it. Well, it worked-ish, kind of not-ish. And then in the last few days, the water filter got clogged up and started spraying water everywhere. So I was going to buy a new one online. But before I could get to that part, Donna last night decided she was going to manipulate it herself. And I heard this massive crash in the bathroom. I'm in the bedroom and I hear, bam, clunk, 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 clunk. I just heard this massive thing. And then I hear, whoopsies. And I go in there and it's just remnants of a shower head and a shower filter all over the shower floor. Hungry. Nice. Good one, Hungry. Good one. So now I got to go get myself dessert. Yeah, there were no injuries, David. Exactly. No, actually, the water filter hit her in the ankle. How's your ankle? How's your ankle, babe? I didn't even ask this morning. You weren't limping around, so I figured you'd be okay. But the big water filter landed right on her ankle. Sonny B says, buy the water shower filter called Wendell. It's $90, but the replacements are cheaper. Yeah, we just wanted to see how this one would work. It didn't really work all that well. But we have high iron count here. It's well water. And I have a water softener, but it's old. And Greg says, sounds like the plot to an adult movie, Plumbing Problems. Yeah, doesn't it? It sounds like the plumber comes in and she's naked in the shower and there's a mess all over the place. And yeah, you can extrapolate from there. I won't fill in any of the blanks. We're supposed to be talking about hockey. Does Jaws need to Donna-proof my house? You know what's a funny story about that? I'll stop throwing Donna under the bus for a second. All of the years that we were streaming, we had dogs, sometimes 3, 2, okay? And we had a specific cord that ran a certain way, and it was always there. And never once did the dogs trip over it. Never once. They would know to jump over it, move around it, and they never tripped over it. Well, about 3 days after Fluffy passed, Kyle tripped right over the cord and yanked the whole HDMI and Ethernet, the whole board out of my laptop that's downstairs that I have to replace. I've been getting away with it for a couple of years now, or however long it's been since he passed. And it finally did one of those on me last night. So, yeah. So the point there being is I was more likely I need to Kyle-proof the house. Poor kid. He's always skipping and he's so happy. He's like skipping and hopping everywhere. And he that was another thing. I just heard this massive crash, and I go in there and the laptop's on the floor and the Ethernet port's over there, not attached to the laptop anymore. And it's just my life. David says, if I hit lotto, I want a huge shower with like 8 shower heads so I could wash ass face at the same time. Oh, we had a Vichy shower. That's called a Vichy shower, David. When I worked at the spa, it's Friday. So those of you expecting us to talk hockey, I apologize. Let me show you. Go to images. Where the hell is images? Yeah, here we go. Is this it? Yeah. We had this at the spa. We had this at, where is it? Vichy shower. Yeah. We had this in the spa where you're on the table and the whole room is tile and they got the shower over you and everything. Ours was really, really fancy. It was all in the ceiling and the wall. And it was like 12 up on the ceiling and like a circle here and a circle. I mean, it was just like, it was like 18 or 24 heads. Yeah, they're great at some hotels. Yeah. The Jacka. Hey, who is that? The Jacka. Because they're doing handles now. Is that Mike? Because I see an M, but I don't know what your regular name is because YouTube has gone to handles now. The Jacka or something. Hey MJ, how you doing, buddy? How you doing, bud? All right. He says, happy Friday, Jaws. I'd be happier if my wife would remember what she went to the store for. TGIF, sweet win over the Devils last night. Reinhart with the lone goal. LOL. Headlines in a minute. Thank you, MJ. Appreciate you, bud. Craig says, I'd settle for a walk-in tub. Yeah. Okay, it is Mike Morgan. Thank you, Miss Jaws. Okay, that makes up for the Great White says only $200 per hour with a great massage. And the spas are expensive, man. David says Friday's my Monday, but happy Friday to people with real jobs. I have forgotten what that's like. Yeah, because Tom is going to play Reinhardt in the movie. I got to respond to your, hey, MJ, I'm going to write you an email in response to the text because until I get a new phone, see that? So I just need to go to Amazon, and Kyle's phone broke too. So I need 2 phones, a laptop. The other mic broke 2 weeks ago, and I got to get one more webcam because for whatever reason, this thing is glitchy as hell too. Like everything I've gone to do this week is just like customer service, technical support hell. I haven't gotten a damn thing accomplished all week. Because every time I try to do something, I end up in customer service asking questions back and forth. My phone is still somewhat usable. Kyle's is not. This had a good run. This is the longest. Yeah, what do you know about operator error, Miss Jaws? So this is the longest I've been able to keep a phone. I think I've had this for maybe 3 years. Giaka. Okay, gotcha. Giaka. All right, thank you. So I'm just going to go. What I'm going to do is the next time Donna leaves the house, I'm going to log into her Amazon and buy a bunch of stuff and finance it under her credit card. And then that way, when she says she doesn't want me running up my credit to buy things, I say I didn't, and I'll be telling the truth. MJ says technology isn't always perfect, right? No, it is not. But this week has been let's put it this way. This is how bad it's been. I don't want to tell you who it is yet, but the sponsor, I have a new sponsor, okay? But the first thing I have to do is join the website and learn how to use it over the next couple of days, right? So I go today to join, and it won't accept my address no matter what I do. On the laptop, on the app, no matter what I do, I'm putting in my address, and it just kicks me off. And so I contacted customer support, and I'm waiting to hear back from them. And I'm like, y'all contacted me. It's not a good start. It's not a good start. I'm sure it'll get fixed, but that encapsulates my whole week. Like, oh, good, I got a sponsor, and they won't even let me join their damn website. Hungry says, Flying Fluffy Hockey brought to you by Adam and Eve. So, Hungry, there is on the way to pick up Matthias, there's Dover, Delaware. Okay. So Dover, right? We go through Dover. And there's on the corner, on the corner, when I go to pick up Matthias, there is an adult store, an adult toy store, whatever you want to call it. And I kid you not, it's called the Bend Over Adult Store. Can't make it up. All right, MJ. Rogan says, I have that issue all the time as our rural community doesn't have mailboxes, so I have a P.O. box. It's so annoying. Yeah. Give it my address. I'll be sure to send the checks to you. Right? Yeah. Yeah. There you go, Hungry. Do I have a wish list? No, I know a couple of people said I should do that. I've been thinking about doing that. And I probably will. Probably will. So I got good life out of that laptop, though. The laptop that Kyle broke is the one that she who shall not be named bought for me for my 50th birthday. No, it was the year before I started streaming because I couldn't stream until I had that laptop. So she bought me that laptop whenever birthday it was. That might have been my 50th because I turned 50 in 21. So maybe. I'm not sure. But anyway, it had a good run. It had a good run. Now it's just sitting down there. It does fix another one of my other tech problems because my smart TV is really glitchy with picking up the Wi-Fi. So we can't stream the games straight to the TV. And even when I Ethernet in, it's not great. So I'm using the not so good laptop to HDMI from the laptop to the TV so we can watch the game. So that laptop has a new permanent home. So what a freaking 2 weeks it's been. When did that microphone, when did that mic die on the stream? That was about 2 weeks ago, wasn't it? Wasn't it during the late games, I think, when that mic died in the middle of the game stream? Since then, it's been crazy. Hungry says there's a thing called Throne. It works like a wish list minus doxing yourself. Oh, I'll have to check that out. Hungry, if I don't, keep reminding me about that. Donna, write that down. Rogan says, Bendo, I ask you to write stuff down all the time for me because I don't remember anything. Bendover was a UK adult film star, apparently. That makes sense. David says, you're a Yankee. No offense, Ms. Joss, you don't know, but when you visit Florida, do not let any flying bugs land on you. The town has 2 towns called Twat, and they're in the same county. Wow. So Sonny says, for those issues, would I consider a Roku stick? I can connect the Wi-Fi to that and put it on my TV. I don't know. So like the other stuff that we've tried, like Kyle has Bluetooth headphones, and every time he's tried to connect to the TV, it's glitchy. So I just assumed it was the TV because whenever we would use ESPN Plus on the TV, whether we were Wi-Fi'd in or even Ethernetted in, it would glitch. But with the laptop HDMI, it doesn't glitch. So my assumption, the TV's 10 years old, but it's a 70-inch TV. I don't want to go get a new one because it still kind of works. Yeah, David, a lot of bugs, right? Oh, Palmetto bugs, right? I can add the ESPN app. I think we did that. I'll have to ask Kyle that, to be honest. Usually I just tell Kyle, make it work, because it's like something happens to your brain when you get older and you need glasses. Like the level of frustration goes through the roof. It's a site that allows people to send stuff to streamers through a wish list without allowing people to get my address. Oh, okay. Okay. I can smart view the laptop to the TV. Haven't tried that yet. That you, Kyle? All right. What do you want?
I was just wondering if you still had ideas of going to
No. I had no ideas of going into town, but apparently I do have to go into town. But no, I don't really want to go.
All
I figured that. So yeah, at least we get there 2 times a week, right? Yeah. Okay. All right. Internet on TV is Roku is portable, and you can add the ES. Oh, the Roku. I'm thinking the other thing. I'm thinking the Fire Stick. Yeah, I've heard about the Roku, but I haven't tried it yet. Let's see. Hey, MJ, thank you, buddy. Thank you, MJ. All right, let's see what kind of good news we have. I'm going to need to take a swig of vodka here first. All right, let's see. Thank you, MJ. Connor Hellebuck is out 4 to 6 weeks. Jackson Dart is out with a concussion. Lions Sam Laporte is out for the year. Soccer game in Germany canceled because robot lawnmower destroyed the field. Wow. See, now that's a good headline. That's spectacular. Holy crap. That's freaking funny. It's a shame about Hellebuck. Like somebody his goalies, I don't want to say nothing. We love our Bob. Well, let's just say we've been blessed. We'll put it that way. Thank you, MJ. Robot lawnmower destroyed the field. Holy crap. Make Kyle go? No, Kyle's not a driver as of this moment. Kyle had a couple of driving lessons. I'm going to try again. No, we'll just leave it at that. Yeah. Yeah, I bet, MJ. What did he do? What did the lawnmower do? German engineering. I mean, I would take a robot lawnmower. You know what I mean? But I kind of like my riding mower. I don't mind the rider. And if I had to push, that's another thing. But the riding mower kind of gives me some peace of mind because ain't nobody can say nothing to me. I'm by myself. I don't even put the headphones on. I like the noise of it. Yeah, hopefully Hellebuck comes back soon, but, probably won't make it for the Olympics, right? Yeah, when is the robot replacing the refs? Yeah, somewhere some German engineer is laughing and drinking a really good Pilsner. Are we streaming tonight? I'm not sure yet. I don't have an answer to that question yet. Yeah. I don't have an answer to that yet. What's the schedule? We'll start there. I don't know if I'm streaming or not tonight. Tonight's Wild, Penguins, Blackhawks, Sabres, Hurricanes, Jets, Bruins, Kings, and those are late games. And it won't even be Spencer Knight in net for the Blackhawks. So I don't think I'll be. If I do anything, it wouldn't be a game. We'll see. We'll see how I feel, Miss Jaws, after my long trip back out into the wild public spaces, because I have to we'll see how I feel after installing the shower head. That's actually the better idea, because you never know. Me installing things with the week I've had, I might pull the pipe out of the wall. Yeah, never trust robots to move the land better than a human. I don't think I could ever get behind a self-driving car. Like I've talked to ChatGPT. Like I don't understand how you could ask ChatGPT questions that it just wildly would get the wrong answers to, and then hop in your self-driving car. I don't know what I could do it. Rogan says Hellebuck has been disappointing this season so far. Probably been playing with the injury for a while. So the robot mower got stuck in the wet grass and tore up the field. Oh man! Which, by the way, who remembers me getting stung by the yellow jacket in the summer? Right? I was mowing the grass and I got stung by the yellow jackets. Well, so what you're supposed to do is you buy the I can't say it. The Chimentaceous earth. I can't say it no matter how, but you know what I'm saying. So you buy that, and then you cover the hole, and then you cover that with a bucket, and you suffocate them, right? So I did that, and the sons of bitches built a new hole next to the bucket. And now my daughter says, just put gasoline down there. I didn't really want to put gasoline on my yard, but the stuff that was supposed to kill them, they were like, nah, we're good. We're good. Went out there a couple days ago when it got a little sunny and warm, and it was flying around the bucket. I'm like, what the hell? I walked over there, and they made another little hole. But the stuff didn't kill them at all. Yeah, Knight was in for last night's mess. Miss Jaws, I wonder why. So David says, Jaws getting old. Miss Jaws should let him sleep and make Kyle do the stream. Yeah, there'll be no stream until the shower head gets fixed. I want to take a shower. No, the shower head's getting fixed. It would be fixed, but somebody forgot to buy one. Oh, well. That's the article for the robot mower. Let me see. Will it let me? Will it let me? It's not letting me open it. Won't let me copy and paste. Hold on a second. I gotta go to YouTube. To click the link on StreamYard. It won't let me do it. Hold on a second. That's not what I did at all. Now my brother's calling me. Hold on, it's Brother Gene. Hold on a second. Hey, you're live. Don't say anything stupid.
Oh, crap.
You're live. I'm in the middle of my noon stream, and I just saw the phone ringing. I said, what the hell? Let's pick up the phone. And so what do you have to say for yourself?
Well, I was going to share something that I heard my neighbor saying.
Is it okay for work? Is it okay to say on live on YouTube or no?
Can I say asshole?
Yeah, you can say asshole.
Okay, so I'm working in the neighbor's yard behind me, and I hear the neighbor next to them. She's screaming, "Asshole! Asshole! Come here, asshole!" He named her dog Asshole. Oh my God! I was fell out of the chair. I was taking a little break in the back, and I heard her just screaming that. She names her dog that. It's classic.
Oh man, that sounds like something that Ron would do.
Yeah, exactly.
Ron's my father. So, all right. So yeah, I just figured I'd say hi to you on camera, and I'll call you a little bit later on this afternoon.
All right, I'll talk to you later.
Okay.
Brother.
All right. Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye. There we go. All right. Is my battery dying? What the hell is that notification? No, we're fine. Oh, I'm at 69%. Wow. That's interesting. Okay. So, you bet they got a good buzz off of it, right? I mean, what the hell? I mean, the bag of stuff was only like $10, so I didn't lose that much. So I got to buy a little bit more gas for the lawnmower to do one last mow before it gets frozen outside. So I'm just going to put some gas down there. Hey, Jerome. Yeah, man, good win last night. Good to get a shutout, you know? So hold on a second. Let me see. Let me go to YouTube. Hold on a second. And I want to see the link that MJ sent. We'll go back to this now. Let's see. Go to my channel. Oh, am I live now? Did I come up on my own algorithm? Look at that. I'm YouTube featured. Woo. I feel special. Go to the link. Let me see. Hold on a second. I'm YouTube featured today. All right. Those are the world. Hold on a second. Hold on. Where's the link? Did it leave it up? There it is. Okay. Hold on. All right. Let me share this. I'm going to share the page. I'm a little behind. Here we go. And I'm also behind in the chat. So robot lawnmower destroys club's pitch in northwestern Germany. A robot lawnmower has left an amateur soccer club in northwestern Germany without a playing field after biting off more than it could mow. The robotic mower, named Robbie by members of the SG Eggles Poppins Club, got stuck in the wet ground and dug up the playing surface It's rained a lot today, so it must have gotten stuck and the sensors must have malfunctioned. So it means the club's teams were unable to play the matches in the field until the spring when new grass can be sowed or turf laid. Wow, they have a second field, but it's also damp and poorly lit. Do we have pictures? No, we don't have a picture. Oh, man, we need a picture. Dang it. Is this just to share it to Twitter? Yeah. I need a picture. Wait, the Zeitung newspaper first reported the story. Did they got it? Did they got a picture? Let's see. I don't want to see any. Yeah, I agree to do the cookies. I don't care. Here, oh my God. Yes. Fantastic, MJ. Will you look at that? Holy crap. Oh, that looks like it would have been so much fun to play in, though. Come on, everybody, every one of you that's over the age of 40 has played football in a field that looks like that. That is spectacular, man. Oh, wow. Hold on a second. I got to come back to the chat. That is wild. That's wild, man. Colin, you're interested in trading for Waddle and Jordan Love? I'll have to check on that today, Colin. I haven't even looked at my lineup. I'm not going to lie. So, yeah, I might be willing to make a deal. Buddy. If it's going to help somebody beat Kyle, because I'm almost out of it. So if somebody wants to build a super team off of my back so Kyle loses, I'm good with that. Oh, you missed Brother G and MJ? Dang. Yeah, he was there for a second. All right, look at that. Holy crap. That is spectacular, man. Yeah, we could have played in that. That looks like fun. I mean, what is that? About 2 or 3 inch gouges. This is pretty rough stuff over here. You know, what's funny is if you just meme this picture and instead of the robot lawnmower, you put like a happy dog or a sad dog and make it look like the dog did this to the field. I'm going to screenshot that. That's actually a pretty good idea. All right, let me come back to the chat because I've seen MJ. There we go. Where'd we go? There we go. Thank you, MJ. Thank you, buddy. World headlines. I'm almost afraid to read them, MJ. This is where I get my news. Don't shock me too much. Trump meeting with Mondani today. Oh boy, that should be fun. That should be fun. And just in time for Saturday Night Live. You think that's a coincidence? The dude does this stuff on purpose. You know they're going to have a skit on SNL on Saturday night about the Trump-Mondani meeting. It's the lowest hanging fruit you could have. So the very first Superman comic book sells for $9 million. Damn. Friday Kahlo painting sells for $54 million. Where are these people getting all this money, man? Jeez. Buddhist monks walking 2,500 miles as a wave of grieving the Houston tragedy. Now that's interesting. That's an interesting one. Because I've done the math. And after Fluffy died in my yard from September until January, I've done the math, and I walked about 1,200 yards in that yard because I created a path, and I'd be out there every night for 4 or 5 hours. That was a normal night for me. So 2,500 miles, man. Of course, all I did was give myself knee tendonitis, but that's a different story. Thank you, MJ. Thank you again, brother. Yeah, Brother Gene. Brother Gene was here. Yeah, he was here for a second. Yeah. All right, let me scroll back here now. You're gonna name my dog Nama and train it to stay. Yeah, it wasn't even that bad, right? Namaste. Okay, I was waiting for it. Yeah, namaste. Oh, you play Kyle next week, Colin? Okay. Well, I'll take a look. Yeah, the Superman comic is crazy. The trade deadline is next week. All right, yeah, I'll help you out, man. Kyle getting cocky around here, being in first place or something. SNL is definitely going to do something with Trump and Mandon. They can't miss that. The comic was from 1938, man. Do I have any old comic books laying around? Not that old. If I had $9 million, would I have sent your ass to the store to buy a shower head? No. No, I would have sent the butler, or I would have sent the lawn guy, or I would have sent one of the other people if I had $9 million. You know? Yeah, no, 2,500 miles consecutively is a bit much. Silva says, I'm officially worried about the Canucks making the playoffs. They need to get healthy and give a consistent effort, but injuries will not leave them alone. How bad is it? How bad is it for Vancouver? Let's look at this. I'm going to be honest with you. I picked them not to make the play. Did I pick them to not make the playoffs? No, I picked the Wild to miss and the Blues to get in. I think I picked the Canucks to get in. I believe I did. I'd have to remember. Where are they? 20 points? Lost 2 in a row. Yeah, I mean, what do you got? 25 points in the West is the number. 24 points. You're not out of it yet, but you're running low on time, that's for sure. And yeah, if you can't stay healthy, I mean, they were already just kind of a bubble team as it was, right? I missed the golden toilet art piece getting sold for $12 million, made by the same idiot that taped a banana to a wall and called it art. Why can't I get lucky with that? Huh? How come nobody considers the Bob puppet art worth millions of dollars? Come on. Selma Hayek played her in a movie? You trying to get me in trouble talking about Selma Hayek when Miss Jaws is around, MJ? I don't even know who Selma Hayek was. I never heard of her in my life. Never heard of her. And somehow the banana sold for like $3 million, right? Jeez. No, I don't have any old comic books. Nothing like that. No. I have bought and sold some comic book collections back in the day. But the shipping costs are so much money now to try to make a dollar, because you know, if you're going to buy a huge collection, 95% of it are just going to be $1 and $2 comics. But the problem now is to ship a comic is $5. When I was shipping comics in the early 2000s, I could sell the comic for $5 and make a couple dollars profit, and that was with free shipping. Now the shipping alone is more than $5. Washington Ovies fan, yeah, the Capitals did well last night. Montreal is definitely struggling. Yeah. 2,300 miles and the monks are walking from Fort Worth, Texas to D.C. Very, very cool. Silva says the Canucks injuries right now would be like if we were missing Lundell, Erod, and Mikula on top of who we're already missing. Yeah, dang. Jeez. To speak of it is hearsay. Hey, Fisherman. Yeah, you guys have got a couple of wins. The Isles are at least a little bit better than you would think. Where are they? I mean, in third place, 26 points. Can't complain about that. You know, there goes the Penguins. I just wonder in the end how many of these surprise teams are actually going to finish up. You know? Hold on a second. My chat went away here for a second. Miss Jaw says I can't get in trouble. Have you seen Selma Hayek though, babe? I mean, trust me, I could get in trouble. Hungry says, yeah, either a very rich idiot or the whole thing is money laundering, right? Yeah. Universal Habs. What's happening with Dobish? Sofia Vergara is prettier. I mean, maybe. Maybe. I'm not allowed to speak of that. No, they're both ugly, babe. It's horrible. Oh, don't bring that up. So what we got, MJ? Thank you, buddy. Thank you, MJ. So he says, okay, here we go. Which first edition comic do I wish I had? You first, Spider-Man. That's a good question. Now, if I just went by my own personal thing, like if it wasn't worth millions and millions of dollars, Popeye. They did it. Did they have Popeye comics? Or it wasn't, yeah, right? It wasn't just the show, right? Well, they had, hold on a second. Yeah. So the character of Popeye first appeared in the daily newspaper comic strip Thimble Theater on January 17th, 1929. Yeah, that would be the one. If I could have any, if I had it just for my personal collection and we weren't worried about money. Why did I freeze up? What the hell's going on? All right, there we go. Yeah, Hungry, you like X-Men? Yeah. Oh, there we go. Don. Yeah, Popeye. I remember watching Popeye, the cartoon, when I was a kid. One of my earliest memories is I was in a daycare, and I remember, I think the daycare was called Small Fry. And I was like 3.5, 4 years old. And the reason why it stuck with me is because my natural mother left about that time. So I have a lot of memories from that time. And after regular preschool was over and you were waiting for your parents to come pick you up, they'd sit us all in this room and we'd watch the cartoons on the TV. And I remember loving Popeye and Olive Oil and the whole thing. Yeah, Popeye the movie came from the comics, right? Yeah. Fatality says, as a Blackhawks fan, I want the Blackhawks to make the playoffs, but not the Canucks. It's up to Spencer Knight, man. The Blackhawks look like they've got at least enough to stay in the hunt the rest of the way. Yeah, MJ, it was called Small Fry. Yeah, it was way off. It was in North Miami. Trying to think of where it was. It was in North Miami somewhere. Yeah, Robin Williams and Shelley Duvall made a great Popeye and Olive Oil in the movie. Yeah. Yeah, I used to watch Tom and Jerry. That was my grandfather's favorite, was Tom and Jerry. Yeah. My grandfather loved to watch Tom and Jerry. He would sit there and laugh his ass off at Tom and Jerry. All right, David. See you, bud. Appreciate you, buddy. Have says Dobish had an 840 save percentage and Monto had a 700 save percentage from last night. And didn't they do that a few games ago where there was like 8 goals on 13 shots or something, or 5 goals on 13 shots? Like it wasn't even that long ago they had a bad game like that too, right? Dobish was playing way out of his mind. So, but maybe everybody's just slumping at once. Montreal started out of the box like really, really tight. You know what I mean? They were playing fantastic. So at some point that was going to slide a little bit down, The woke crowd made Tom and Jerry R-rated? You'll have to, hey, Ruthless Sharky, you'll have to explain that one to me. How did they make Tom and Jerry R-rated? What? How do you? This I gotta hear. It's a cat and a mouse. Hey, I'm just reading what I'm just asking the question. How did they? Oh, they said some of the episodes were culturally because Didn't the mouse used to dress as a Native American sometimes? Didn't he used to? Is that what I'm remembering? Vaguely, like, is that what they used to do that? Disney movies now have a trigger warning thing at the beginning of them now. Yeah, I mean, look, there was adult humor in some of those Disney movies. You know what I mean? I remember watching them with the kids, and every once in a while there'd be a joke in there that you'd be like, I mean, it was good for us, but it kept the adults engaged too, Aladdin has a warning before the start of the movie. What's the warning though? Yeah, Aladdin does have adult humor in it for sure. Yeah. Hungry says, I've seen the atrocious grown-up version of Scooby-Doo. Made me wish for a lobotomy. Not Scooby-Doo. Oh, man. Yeah, Toy Story definitely has adult humor. Froggen says, due to the big mama that beat the cat. Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah. Well, look, every generation has their stuff. You know what I mean? Like I try to stay out of it because every generation that has been my age has thought the generation that was significantly younger. You know what I mean? Like the parents of the hippies thought that was just going to lead to everybody doing drugs and having sex, and they turned out completely wrong, right? Oh, man. MJ says, Jaws and Disney Plus, they put out a warning that says cultural misappropriation. Well, I'm glad I raised my kids already. We'll put it that way. You know what I mean? Hey, Colby, did Ace from Running with the Devils come on at all? I have not seen him, bud. I got to go check his stuff out this afternoon. I had a lot of stuff planned this morning, and I ended up in customer service hell. Hey, Jimmy says the Bruins haven't been good on the road. We play the Kings tonight and then the Sharks. I mean, you guys still got to be happy with where you are overall, MJ says, Jaws, to be honest, if it was not for the boomers and Gen X, we wouldn't have what we have today. I mean, everybody, everything is built on the shoulders of the generation that came before them. Even if they try to, it usually is like one generation and then there's the next generation and that generation hates that one. But the one that comes after hates that one, so they like this one. It's like every second generation has like a simpatico vibe. That's what I've noticed anyway. Well, what do I know? I talk about hockey and play with puppets. That's why I try to stay out of it, because I don't want anybody to take my opinion. You know what I mean? I'm just a dude in my basement. You know what I mean? When it comes to politics and stuff like that, I try to stay out of it. Because, man, I see the comment section on some things, and I'm like, do people really talk like that out in the real world to each other? Because I don't go out in the real world. I like my little bubble that I've created here, where the only thing that ever happens is the dogs run around the yard and I go to the post office. Undead Avalanche says 6-3 over the Rangers. You guys are insane. Could you guys do us a favor, though, and not make it? If the Panthers make it to the Cup, could you guys wait another year? Because I'm not interested in that matchup. I know the whole, 30-year anniversary of the 96. I know. Could you guys just chill? Just if the Panthers make it, just if the Panthers don't make it, go get your cup, have fun. But if we make it, please don't do that to me. Hungry says, I saw a picture of the stage at a punk show the other day. It literally had a list of things not allowed. Oh, man. Jeez. How many of you ever went to a rave? You guys ever go to a rave? Yeah, exactly, MJ. Hockey has stayed pretty pure. Yeah. Yeah, the Avalanche are insane. So the Panthers going to do anything for the 30th anniversary of the first Cup run next year? I would assume probably not. I don't know. I know that the owners were not just happy to win the Cup, but I know that they were happy to have something other than to celebrate, other than that 96 team. Because for decades, the most celebrated Panther team was the team that got swept in the Stanley Cup Finals. You know what I mean? I think the owners would say, with all due respect, they're happy to kind of distance themselves a little bit from that team. Yeah, do a ceremony for. I don't know. I don't know if they will. Georgetta says, "How did Lightning come back and won against the Oilers?" Well, it's the Oilers. When I stopped doing the recap, we were in third place. We were in third place, and then I woke up, and IDK was like, "Yeah, it was nice. We were in third place for about 5 minutes, and then Edmonton blew the game." You know. Yeah, the Oilers lost, but Tampa won. It was kind of, yeah, well, yeah. Undead says, As won't choke in the playoffs. No, I'm not asking you guys to choke. I'm asking you to throw it. That's different. I'm asking for a favor. I know you guys won't choke. You'd have to purposefully throw the series so that you wouldn't want to do that to a team trying to three-peat, would you? To squash their hopes and dreams 30 years later, that's abusive. You can wait another year. Come on, man. We only got 2 cups. How many cups does Colorado have? You guys got more than 2, right? I know you got at least the 2. Is it only 2? Somebody remind me. No, it's got to be more than 2, right? Hungry says, how much longer will it take for the Oilers to be officially in free fall? Okay, maybe Jaws is scared of the Avalanche, but nobody else is. Well, you know what happens every year. The team that I'm scared of, we win. We beat. You guys have 3 cups. So yeah, chill. One more year. Chill. Let us get our 3rd in a row, and then you can have your 3rd cup. You can have your 4th cup and stop us from winning 4 in a row. That's fair. Yeah, in terms of McDavid being or the Oilers being in free fall, I mean, we got to put it into perspective just a little bit. Okay, they're 2 points out of a playoff spot, and so they're chasing the Sharks, they're chasing the Kraken, they're chasing the Ducks, they're chasing the Blackhawks. So, I mean, they haven't played well, no doubt. And the goal differential is awful. But I can't imagine a scenario where the second half of the season comes and the Oilers can't catch one of those teams. Like, they're tied with the Sharks at 23 points. The Kings got 25 points. I mean, they got some games in the hand, so it's a little bit of an uphill battle. But I just wouldn't bet against them making the playoffs right now. You know. MJ says Dodgers might win next year's World Series and the year after. They'll win 4 in a row. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Kyle, I hate that. Hey, Goat Slayer. Says, hey, Jaws, the Avs will be problematic for anyone they play. By the way, already got my Winter Classic Barkov delivered. Nice. Jeez. Yeah, the Oilers started the last 2 years, right? You never know when you get a chance to wear it again. I hear you. I hear what you're saying. Hungry says there won't be a year after next season. What do you mean? You mean if we win the 3rd in a row? I guess, yeah, if we win the 3rd in a row, they'll just sleep through the next season, right? If we win a 3rd in a row. Oh, wait. So from what you heard, there will be a delay to the season? You're talking about baseball. You guys talking about baseball. Is that what you're talking about baseball? I was like, hockey, they just signed this CBA. You guys talk about, guys, don't scare me. You're trying to kill me. Huh? Oh, don't do that to me. I'm too old for that. And too gullible. Okay, so well, you know how I can guarantee you there's going to be a lockout? I can guarantee you there's going to be a lockout 100% because I had made the decision, despite what Kyle was bitching and complaining about, that next year we were going to start Flying Fluffy baseball. That pretty much guarantees bad things will happen. Yeah, right. That sucks. Damn it. Undes says, I think McCarr and McKinnon won a cup. Just one extra year. Just one extra year. Holy crap. Thank you, Great White. Thank you, buddy. Holy crap, brother. He says, I went to the store 40 minutes ago and Jaws is still here. This is great. Yeah, I'm hanging out. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate that, bud. I don't want to have to go to the store. I have to go to the store. Hey, we don't really need a shower head, do we, Donna? Miss Jaws, we don't really need a shower head, do we? I'll go only because I want dessert. Only because I want dessert, and we'll see. Miss Jaws, if you would like me to buy you some dessert, just text me the appropriate request, and I'll consider it. Goes says the Flying Fluffy Sports Network is coming with each new channel. I mean, eventually, right? You know, I don't think I could do basketball though, but baseball. Oh, that's right, Miss Jaws. Okay, well, send me a text anyway. So MJ says just use Instacart. It's a dream. Well, that was what was Donna, I think, was using Instacart, right? When we met. Now the thing is that I got to buy a shower head. So I don't think I want the Instacart person picking out my shower head because somebody went to the store to buy a shower head and just bought a bunch of makeup and hair supplies instead and forgot to buy the shower head. I won't mention any names, but that happened. So the Instacart thing, I know Donna had that previous. I think she canceled it though, right? So do I prefer Lowe's or Home Depot? Usually Lowe's, but that's just because I think there's a Lowe's and Home Depot in Middletown, but I don't have a huge preference. We don't have one in town. So we have an Ace Hardware in town. Expensive. So if I can usually help it, I'll just buy something off of Amazon. But showerhead was maliciously destroyed last night. And so we need one for tonight. Miss Jaw says, yeah, you're old, you forget things. Yeah, where's my text? Did you forget already? Yeah. John, we have Menards here in Chicago. Oh, so that's like a hardware store. Gotcha. Hey, Fatality Blackhawks. Hey, man, I hope Chicago makes it for Spencer Knight for sure. Great White. Is it true that she takes the 1 hour showers? No, that's not her. That's not. It's Kyle that takes the 1 hour bubble baths. Hey, now wait a minute. That's a lie. Do you see that? See, I was nice to her and she goes and throws me under the bus. You think your showers are short? Holy crap. I was going to buy you no dessert, but now I'm going to bring you dessert just because I know you don't want it. You'll take me and Colin down to the Menards. They have everything. That sounds like a good time. I don't know if you want to bring Donna though, because she'll make you forget everything that you went for. I do not take an hour shower. She's looking for, all right, no, that's cool. You certainly are talking a lot of smack to somebody that you depend upon to give you the pills that you're looking for during the day. You shouldn't talk smack to your doctor there, Mrs. Jaws. I'm just saying. Now, the longest shower I'll take is if I have a migraine, I will empty the hot water tank on my head. If I have a migraine, because a hot shower will usually seriously alleviate the migraine. So, do I have a jacuzzi here? No. Now, the YMCA, the gym in town, has a hot tub, not a hot tub, a sauna and a pool. The neighbors have a hot tub jacuzzi, but it's outside and it's in Maryland, and technically I'm invited to use it anytime I want. But yeah. Holy shit. Wow. What did she say? Oh my God. Holy shit. So yeah, about that. Woo, boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. It's like this all day long. It really is. The walk-in tub has just saying, yeah, Miss Jaws just won the internet. Holy crap. All right. Boy, good thing Kyle doesn't watch these streams, right? Yeah. MJ, that guy is your day off today. I feel you. Wow. So, yeah, apparently we definitely need to be taking showers tonight, so I got to get a shower head. That's for sure. Brogan says, on that note, we have to cut away from the broadcast, where some viewers might find this distressing. Oh, my God. Holy crap. Oh, my God. Oh, I sure hope either one of my exes just happened to check out this stream. That would be fun. Yeah, well, it's Friday, right? Yeah, we need a trigger warning at the beginning of the streams. Certainly for Fridays. This is the long? No, we've done them a little bit longer, but we're getting there. Death Oilers says, okay, the Oilers can't hold the lead. Yeah, I know. You couldn't hold it, man. Well, why would the Oilers want to help the Panthers, though? Right? Why would the Oilers want to help the Panthers? In fact, the Oilers probably saw that the Panthers won and let the Lightning win on purpose to make it 1 millionth less likely that in their imagination, when they get back to the finals, that they would not be playing us. So, a rematch. So, yeah. Interesting. With that, I am going to go. I am woozy. I'm loopy. I have to go buy a shower head. Now, we'll play it by ear whether or not we're going to be streaming tonight. We'll see. I don't think we would be doing a game. So it'll just be up to if Donna and I feel like getting up to do something, or how that's going to work. Might do something on the men's channel. Might do something that way. We'll see. I'm trying to get that. I'm trying to find a starting point to get that moving again. Colin and I will be streaming a game on Sunday. I am going to be doing the noon streams Saturday and Sunday, because I know there's some people that can't come during the weekdays because they work. So still we'll be doing the noon streams on Saturday and Sunday. So if we don't stream tonight, we'll still be doing one noon tomorrow. And I have no idea what my night's going to hold. So what MJ says, you got to do that Q&A. Yeah. Watch, slap, shot, and drink. Thank for McKenna. All right. Thank you all very much for all the love and support, all the super chats. Really genuinely appreciate it. You guys know it. You guys, this don't happen without all of you. And so, yeah, if I don't see you tonight, we'll see you tomorrow. Thank you all. Enjoy the rest of your day.